Normally I really like Thanksgiving, but this year was an absolute disaster. That's why I didn't really talk about my Thanksgiving dinner or anything, or talk about how it went, because it was just, oh god. And trigger warning to a lot of you, because I know a lot of people get pissed off when I talk about this, but this video is going to be heavily focused on my extreme distaste of kids. Let's not sugarcoat it, my hatred of kids. People are usually like, oh, how can you hate kids? I think kids are great, and I get along with them well. I hate kids, okay? I've never liked them. I know people say, hate is a strong word. I do, okay? If you're offended by that or anything, middle finger straight up your ass. Alright. And by the way, all that sound in the background, it stopped now, but all that sound was the washing machine. I'm sitting on my living room couch right now, and there is no door that separates the laundry room and the living room, so yeah, it's the washing machine now, you know what it is. But anyways, I'll get into why my Thanksgiving was horrible. Well, it started off pretty well. The only person we invited was my uncle that doesn't live with us. He is married too, and his wife couldn't make it for whatever reason, whatever. And I think she lucked out. But anyways, he came and everything was normal. Everything started off pretty normal. I mean, we had a very good dinner planned. We had turkey, we had potatoes and salad and stuff like that. And we're just about to get ready to eat. And we're about to do the little cheer thing, you know, where you clank the cups together and say cheers, yeah, and stuff like that. And we're about to say what we're thankful for. And then the doorbell went off. And we weren't expecting anyone, and we didn't get a call or anything. And we found out it was I don't even know what this guy is, actually. I think he's my great uncle. I'm not sure, but it was whatever he is. I hardly know the guy. All right, that's why I don't know much about him. You know what? I'll just use a fake name. I'll call him Joe. All right, so Joe comes, and he's like middle aged, I guess, or maybe old, well, whatever you consider him, old or middle aged. He's 58. He's near 60, and he's still popping out kids. Yeah. He has like 10 kids, no exaggeration. And he brought all of them. All of them. I think he's nearing 10 kids, actually, because I think his goal is 10 kids because his wife is pregnant, even though you can't tell the difference because she is huge. The oldest one is just a year younger than me. She's 14. And the youngest one is 15 months old. Yeah. I don't know why. What is with a lot of these old people wanting to still have kids? I mean, I'm more than sure this guy's probably going to have a heart attack, like, probably not even long from now. Because imagine all the stress of having, like, near 10 kids will bring you. I could imagine how stressful that might be. And it'll probably be stressful for someone who's younger, too, to have nearly 10 kids. I do not get why anyone would want to have 10 kids, or why anyone would even want one kid, but whatever. So yeah, as you can imagine, this is probably like hell for me, because like I said before, I hate kids. And we were just about to have dinner and everything, and all these people come and we don't have enough food for them. I mean, how inconsiderate can you be to not call before you just drop in on us? And like, did it not even occur to you that maybe we weren't expecting this many people, and we didn't have enough food for all of you because there's like, what, 10 of you? So we hardly had enough food, and his wife was the worst. Alright, I'm just gonna call her Sally. Alright. So Sally, she keeps going, I'm hungry. I told you before that she's really, really big, and they have another one, coming along the way, so I don't know if her being pregnant really makes a difference in her weight. But, okay, I'm being a little too mean here, but anyways, she is never full. Like, really. They've come here before, like, a bunch of times. I remember seeing his kids, or at least the oldest one, a bunch of times. Ever since I was, like, I don't know, 5? Yeah. And, His wife is never ever full. She can never eat enough food. She's always like, "I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry," and that's how she was like yesterday. She kept saying, "I'm hungry." No exaggeration and no joke either. Like she didn't even ask politely, "Oh, can I have some turkey, please?" or "Can I have some potatoes, please?" She was like, "I'm hungry." Like you're a guest and you're the one demanding food from us, like actually demanding food, and we didn't even expect you here. If we did, and you gave us like I don't know a week's notice of this, then maybe we would have gotten enough food. So stop acting like you're a queen and stop rudely demanding food. But his kids, oh god, his kids, and well, their kids, but they were running around, jumping around and everything. They were screaming and everything, and we didn't even get to have our dinner. All right, we hardly ate. My grandmother ate nothing until after they left, which was like 10 o'clock at night. They left. Here's the thing: they come. They say nothing about coming before, and this is how they are all the time. Actually, even when it's just Joe. Well, even when it's just him, he doesn't say when he's coming. He never gives us notice. I mean, imagine that. Just someone dropping by. Well, he doesn't drop by all the time, but occasionally he drops by to say hi. He never says nothing. He never says, "Oh, I'm gonna come." He never says any of that. He just comes and expects us to always be there, expecting him and always being happy that he's there. But his stupid kids were jumping around, playing around, and his little 15-month-old that they don't even bother to look after. That kid was running around the house, banging on things, banging his head on things. They didn't care. They were just sitting there. Joe was talking. Sally was eating. And yeah, they didn't care about their little kid running around, which, parents of the year, right? So we, meaning my family, the people who live with me and the uncle, had to take care of the kids and keep them from breaking things because that's what they usually do when they come here. Throwing things around, screaming, running around, jumping, and all that. We had to keep them from doing that instead of having a peaceful, quiet Thanksgiving dinner and just enjoying ourselves and talking and catching up on things. No, we had to pay attention to their stupid kids because they're too lazy to take care of their kids themselves. And I was thinking when I was having to like keep having to take care of them and such and make sure they're staying calm and all that. I was thinking, yeah, I'm definitely never going to have a kid in my life. Like I've always said that, but right there, it just went off in my head. I am going to make sure I never ever have a kid, like not like zero times in my life. I don't even want one kid. All right, I don't. It's just nothing I'm interested in. They are loud. They're obnoxious. They're whiny. They cry all the time, and it's just something I just cannot handle. All right. Like, I know I'm not parent material, and plus I'm doing the world a service, alright? We already have an overpopulation problem in the world anyway. There's too many people in this world, so instead of thinking I'm selfish or anything, or not a good person because I don't want kids, thank me, actually, alright? Because I'm actually doing a good thing for this world. So later on, I went to my room because I wanted to get away from all that, and I actually had a really bad headache from hearing all those kids screaming and all. And the oldest daughter followed me, which I didn't really mind. Again, she was only a year younger. It's not like she was 7 or anything, and we kind of just caught up on things. We were talking because it's been a few years since we saw each other. It was January 2014 was the last time we saw each other. Close already, if you hear that. But anyways, the last time we've saw each other was January 2014. We're catching up on things. She's a freshman in high school now, and I asked her how middle school went and all that. She was like, "Oh, it went well." And then and then the little kids came up and they followed us to my room, and then they started throwing things around in my room. They were opening my drawers and even taking out drawers in my room, like no joke. And these kids are wild, like they're out of control. I mean, you can tell like the parents don't really take care of them, and just let them do whatever they want. Otherwise, I guess they wouldn't be this bad. And the oldest, of course, was trying to. I was just ready to scream at them and tell them to get the hell out of my room. But thankfully, the oldest daughter, who is probably a better parent than those two combined, took care of them, told them to go downstairs and everything, and we just continued talking. And yeah, she wanted to get away from all that too. And Jesus Christ, she is a saint. The reason I say that is because, well, she's able to handle all that. She has to live with that every day. And so those kids were downstairs. They were watching movies and everything. And I think I hate the little boy the most because he was the most wild. He was the one. He was the one. Not the 15-month-old. There was another one. He was like 7, and and guess what? He was already held back twice at 7 years old. Yeah, that kid is gonna have a bright future. Yeah, he was. So, anyways, he was the most wild. He was the one who was the loudest and everything. My God. How can one maintain their sanity with that? I do not get it. It's something I'll never ever be able to do. And I'll probably just, I don't know, commit suicide if I ever one day have 8 wild kids. Well, most of them are wild, not all of them. But, yeah, there was also another little girl who was the whiniest little girl ever. She was like, I want to watch TV because they were watching whatever they want to watch. They were watching movies. I want to use the TV. I want to play games. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to eat this. I want to eat that. Shut up, okay? You're not always going to get what you want, okay? So just accept that fact and shut the hell up. And I don't even know what else to say. But yeah, that Thanksgiving was a disaster, and they ended up leaving. And here's the thing: the father wanted to leave, like, I don't know, an hour in, but Sally was like, "Oh no, let's stay," and they said that over and over again. And they ended up staying 5 hours, from 5 o'clock in the afternoon to 10 o'clock at night. So yeah, 5 hours. I had to go through that. And it's easily one of the worst Thanksgivings I ever had, and I even said to my family, which most of them agreed on, if they come back for Christmas, especially without saying they're coming, just don't answer the door. I know a lot of you are probably saying, "Oh, that's really rude to do that." Actually, they're the rude ones for not calling or saying that they're going to come or anything, and just dropping in with like nearly 10 kids. I mean, who's the real rude ones there? Really? And I'm still not over it. No chance in hell I'm never ever gonna get over it because I normally really like Thanksgiving because it's usually a nice quiet dinner, just talking to family and catching up on things, and it's nice, okay? But then they have to come in and ruin it. I mean, really, the saying is actually pretty true, that kids ruin everything, and they really do. So as you can tell, I'm really pissed off over this, and I'm probably going to get even more pissed off when I talk to friends and stuff, and they talk about their Thanksgiving and how calm it probably went, and how nice of a time they had. You know, they had a normal dinner while we couldn't even eat it. We ate like the very few leftovers that were left, like after they left at like 10 at night. Woohoo! Hopefully nothing like this ever happens again, alright? And if it does, I'm just gonna commit suicide. Why not? Because, I can't stand kids to the point where I'd kill myself. Okay, I'm only exaggerating, of course. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye-bye.